Is the internet computer actually improving? Well, based off a recent post that they made reminding people of what's capable, or what's possible, I should say, in regard to one of Dfinity's flagship products, which is Caffeine AI, I would arguably say yes, because they made a post saying recently built with feedback on. So this is a pretty monumental thing, and let me explain why I think so, even though they reminded people about this. But I first want to clarify, nothing I say is financial advice. I'm not telling anyone to do anything. This is not about the price, by the way, but it's actually about what's possible, again, in regard to Caffeine AI. Because when they say build with feedback on, what do they even mean by that, right? So if we take a look at it, Caffeine AI, when it initially first launched, it was kind of designed for the solo creator, in a sense where if we take a look at it, okay, someone wants to build an app using Caffeine AI, it's more so designed just for one person to work on. But eventually, they had this feature where teams could work on it a lot easier, and then having this feature where not only can teams work easier when it comes to, in the case of Caffeine AI, or work together easier, I should say, but these people who are all working on one project, for instance, they can just, let's say, click on a specific part of the interface and just say, hey, you know what, we need to do this and change that in terms of the feedback. So people can instantly see, hey, this thing needs an instant change or whatever. It's like, for instance, let's just imagine what you're seeing right now on the screen is like interface for whatever reason, right? Let's take a look at, for instance, this Scrub Daddy at the back right here. Imagine if, let's say, I'm working with a team and then one of the team members wanted to change this Scrub Daddy design, and then they just put, or should I say they just click it, and then they made a comment, hey, you know what, change this or change that about it. Again, that's possible through Caffeine AI nowadays. So it's a total game changer, which allows not only for teams to work together, but also on top of that, makes it far easier, because now they don't have to make some random essay or have to text their buddy or whatever and say, hey, you got to change this. Now there's this feature where people can visually take a look at it a lot clearer. For instance, this backpack, let's say, you know, this is the interface, and then I clicked on this backpack and I made a comment like a bubble or something, and then I said, change this backpack design to make it 2 times larger, like make it go that way. Again, that's what's possible through Caffeine AI. And these are the things that need to be done in order to allow for better adoption moving forward. Because a main concern as of right now that a lot of people like to tell me is that, you know, Caffeine AI, there's already version 3, but the adoption isn't the best. They like to tell me this, but they're trying to make it better, so then there could hypothetically be better adoption moving forward, right? It would only make sense that they're trying to improve. It's like, for instance, let's say I want to make backpacks, for instance. I just can't expect people to like it without it improving. I have to try to improve it, right? I have to try to improve the design, the materials, the compartments, you know, again, everything. I have to try to improve it before consumers even want to buy the backpack. It's kind of no different here. I don't know what's so bad about Dfinity trying to improve. That's just my perspective. This may seem kind of trivial in a sense, but let's just take a look at this for example. Google Docs, right? It changed the game. It made things a lot easier. Like in a sense where in the past, like a long time ago, if we want to work on a document, we just work on it ourselves. Maybe a buddy sits beside us or whatever, and we try to type things. That's kind of it. But with Google Docs, imagine, you know, people are working together and all this online, basically, through the internet, without having to be beside each other. They can just comment, say, hey, you know what, we got to change this part, and they can work all on one document together. So Caffeine AI, it's kind of taking a similar approach in regard to that. However, this one's a little bit different because it's actually for building apps. But I think you get what I mean. Google revolutionized the way people, you know, work on documents, and I think Dfinity is trying to somewhat do kind of a similar thing, but just in a different context. So I don't find it to be a bad thing at all. I get it. People like to say, this is so lame and all this. It's an unimportant update or an unimportant reminder, I would say. But I don't think about it that way, because inherently, if I am a fan of the internet computer, I'm also going to be a fan of all the things that happen surrounding it. Like if, let's say, something were to happen to OIC, to Caffeine AI, to Cloud Engines, to Multidex and all this, if anything were to happen to that, inherently I'd also be quite happy just because I'm a fan of the internet computer. But I'm not telling anyone to do anything. That's just kind of basically what I saw recently. long story short, though, I'm still waiting. I'm still holding. Yes, it's very boring. We're still around 4 times away than November of last year. So nothing much really has happened when it comes to the price charts. But again, as long as I'm seeing fundamental improvements, I can't really say I want to complain because I don't really want to. As long as I'm seeing the project improve, yeah, I'm just not going to complain. But if there are any more updates moving forward, I'll be sure to make an update moving forward, you know. But I want to say thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a very fantastic day. It's been Lee the Captain.